Okay, well, thank you very much mga kaibigan, kababayan, kapatid ko dito po sa Malaysia, mga Filipino communities natin, particularly dito po sa Sabah o dyan po sa Sabah. And of course, ang mga overseas Filipino workers natin, kumusta kayo po lahat, Pamacham, and hope everything is sailing smoothly on a Monday, first day of the week, no? First day of the week. Today is January 5th na po. And yeah, this is the 5th day of the New Year, 2026. Kumusta rin ang mga kababayan, kapatid, and kaibigan ko po dyan sa Pilipinas? Kumusta kayo po? And okay ba ang buhay natin? Maski paano, let's move on na po. No? Let's move on, maski anong mga problema natin. Let's focus na po ang buhay natin and let's do everything so that this 2026 New Year will be a better year for all of us. And sana na po, we will not repeat the same problems that we experienced during the year that was. Ito po si Nico Fabian once again is inviting all of you dito po sa TikTok, The Real Talk with Nico. Alright, the topic for today that I want to share with you po is dahil sa pera po. Dahil sa pera. Anong ibig sabihin dahil sa pera? Ibig sabihin niya po dahil sa National 2026 national budget ng Pilipinas. If you remember, during my past sabihin natin na previous blogging, I am mentioning about the national budget natin po, 2026. And nag-sign ang Kongreso, ang bicameral conference report, ang Kongreso, the House of Representatives as well as ang Senado fixed their signature last December 29. After which, it was digitally transmitted ang document po, ang 2029 bicameral report to the President or si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos for scrutiny, for study, further scrutiny, and subsequently, he will sign the General Appropriation Act. And expected po that they will be signing this GAA 2026 GAA natin po today, January 5th. Natuloy ba yan po or hindi? And let's see po kung natuloy. For your information, kaninang umaga po, si Presidente Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos officially signed ang General Appropriation Act. That means ang 2026 national budget sa Pilipinas po. That is amounting to something like 6.973 trillion pesos. Nagiging controversial din po itong 2026 national budget because some lawmakers, senators as well as ang mga sabihin natin congressmen, they make noise because they say na mayroon pa rin something like pork barrel po. But this time around po, they don't call it pork barrel, but they say it's soft pork. Ibig sabihin po, mayroon pa rin yung mga unprogrammed projects funded. Insert na yan dyan po. So, there are some lawmakers, assemblymen, senators, or the congressmen and senators are questioning it. So, and they're hoping na ang presidente, after careful study and scrutiny, he will veto some of the items. Yes, for the information of the general public, mga followers natin po dito sa TikTok, The Real Talk with Nico, yes, si Presidente Bongbong Marcos, nag-veto siya some items dyan po sa GAA. I think it's something like, it amounted to something like 92 point something billion funds na he vetoed. But and then he made a lot of promises po. Again, promises are made again by the government. So, sige lang po, since we are talking about the national budget, maybe it's too early to criticize or give our comments regarding ang mga statement made by President Bongbong Marcos Jr. So, let's wait and see po. But for the information sa mga kababayan ko po dito sa Malaysia, dyan po sa Sabah. Why do I say dyan po sa Sabah? Because presently I'm here in Kuala Lumpur po. I'm in Kuala Lumpur and I will be staying here for a few more weeks dito po. And I will be doing my vlogging dito po sa Kuala Lumpur po. And next week, I'll be giving some special reports sa inyo po, which it will be surprising. I'm going to make a surprise special report sa inyo next week po. Surprise yun, and that is the reason why I don't want to mention it dito sa programa ko. Anyway, let's go back to the national budget po. National budget. So the President, this morning, dyan po sa Malacanang, in the palace, he made a lot of, he mentioned about the national budget, of which he signed, officially he signed. And it will be implemented po from General Appropriation Act. It will be a law once he will sign it. So, once it will be a law, then ibig sabihin po, that will be the budget for the Philippines for the year 2026 po, amounting to 6.973 trillion. Now, I'm going to share with you po ang a portion of the speech of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos po. And please listen, mga kababayan ko po, dyan po o dito po sa Malaysia, sa Kuala Lumpur, or dyan po sa Sabah, especially in Kota Kinabalu City, please listen to this speech of the President para at least you will understand ang national budget natin po. Importante ito po because this is people's money, taxpayers' money. What happened in 2025 po? Why the Filipinos are very angry until now po? Because taxpayers' money in the 2025 budget was misused. Instead going to the development projects, infrastructure projects like flood control projects in the Philippines, it was siphoned, it was used, it was pocketed, it was nagnakaw yun po sa atin by the billions and trillions po. And that is the reason why now we are having a big problem when it comes to the corruption activities in the Philippines. And it is affecting not only the daily lives of the Filipinos, but also affecting the image of the entire country, the image of the Filipinos, the image of the country po. And until now, the Filipinos are not happy because the President or the Marcos administration, despite of repeated promises that those involved in this corruption activities, particularly the flood control projects po, until now, only one was put behind bars. The President repeatedly say, before Christmas, or this mga magnanakaw po, will not have Merry Christmas. And he's very sure that they will be behind bars. But so far po, isa lang po, si Sara Diskaya lang po. Ibig sabihin, in other words, again, the President failed to keep his promise. Palagi na lang po empty promises. And today, this morning, he again made a lot of promises when after he signed the 2026 national budget. And let's listen to the speech, to the statement of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. po. Again, I would like to say and remind everyone, please listen. Please listen to the statement of President Bongbong Marcos so that you will be able to know what is the real issue in this 2026 national budget. Why it is important? Because that is our money, taxpayers' money. Remember that po. And now let's listen to this. It's a little bit long. I think it's around 10 to 11 minutes po. But deserving. I encourage, I urge the Filipinos in Malaysia, particularly in Sabah, and those who are watching itong Niktok Dalian Talk with Nico, whether you are an overseas Filipino workers, presently residing and working outside the country, or dyan po sa Pilipinas, please listen to this.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The year 2025 tested our nation on many fronts. We experienced climate-related disruptions, earthquakes, economic uncertainty, and the exposure of widespread corruption within our system. These challenges are painful, but they also made one thing clear. Real change could no longer wait. And so as we enter this year, let us take this opportunity to start moving forward with difficult but needed reforms in governance, to rebuild the trust in us, to strengthen accountability, deliver an honest and effective government to the Filipinos. We are at the critical juncture in the implementation of this administration's medium-term development plan and on the cusp of sweeping reforms in politics and in governance. The 2026 General Appropriations Act is a vital component in all of these. With the signing of Republic Act number 12314, or the General Appropriations Act of fiscal year 2026, we are committing to implement a budget that serves the people. Totaling 6.793 trillion pesos, the national budget is aligned with our medium and long-term development plans and vision, reflecting our investment in the Filipino. We thank all members of Congress for the principled exercise of its power, all of the purse, and for the meaningful reforms undertaken to widen participation, to strengthen accountability throughout the budget authorization process. And yet, the passage of the national budget is only the beginning, because today we commence with the most difficult task, to ensure the proper execution and instituting true accountability. The 2026 national budget shall sustain our momentum in education reform, in health protection, in food security, in social security, and in job creation. Education receives the highest allocation, amounting to over 1.34 trillion pesos. This shall support the creation of teaching, non-teaching plantilla positions in public schools and the promotion or reclassification of our teachers to ensure quality teaching and learning. This shall also fund the construction of classrooms nationwide. The 2026 GAA also has the largest health sector budget ever in the history of our country, 448.125 billion pesos, supporting our goal of promoting access to universal health care. This will ensure that quality and affordable health care is available to every Filipino. 1 billion pesos has also been allocated to the Department of Health Universal Health Care Fund for the Zero Balance Billing Program in local government hospitals as well, covering inpatient services in basic accommodation. The budget also allocates resources for disease surveillance, rapid response mechanisms, and sustainable health financing. This budget further strengthens the PhilHealth with nearly 129.8 billion pesos, including the 60 billion pesos directed to be restored, aligned with the decision of the Supreme Court. These funds shall support preventive health care and the improvement of PhilHealth benefit packages, lowering the out-of-pocket expenses of Filipino families. agricultural sector receives over 297 billion pesos, solidifying our commitment to modernizing supply systems and supporting farmers and fisherfolk. Crucial investments in farm-to-market roads will connect farming communities to economic hubs, reduce transportation costs, and minimize post-harvest losses. We will also transform our social protection system, moving beyond short-term relief to address systemic vulnerabilities and to promote sustained inclusive growth. Supporting this, the social services sector is provided with more than 270 billion pesos. We will prioritize social services that enhance the quality of life of every Filipino, safeguard the welfare of all sectors, and foster human capital development. Through our responsive and rationalized flagship programs, this budget aims to steer us towards achieving a single-digit poverty rate by 2028. The 2026 national budget also supports the implementation of the updated base pay schedule and increased subsistence allowance of military and uniformed personnel. This underscores our commitment to uphold the welfare of the men and women who safeguard our nation. As our uniformed personnel protect our territory, so we shall also serve as vanguards of public funds, ensuring the prudent use of every peso. We will strictly implement the provision on the prohibition of political involvement in the distribution of cash and other forms of financial assistance. Politicians shall be barred from the distribution of any financial aid, and we shall ensure that the support reaches the intended beneficiaries without patronage. Walang bawas, walang kulang. We will also strengthen the role of local government units through the increased allocations under the Local Government Support Fund, enabling them to address local development needs, support livelihoods, and create safe and resilient communities. I stand firm in my constitutional duty to ensure the faithful execution of laws. Therefore, I hereby condition the implementation of certain provisions in this Act to conform to existing laws, policies, rules, and regulations. These include the Quick Response Fund, the QRF, engineering and administrative overhead expenses, payment of retirement benefits and pensions, capacity development programs, and foreign service posts. Moreover, keeping in mind our pursuit of economic recovery and sustainable growth, we shall implement programs and projects in accordance with laws, rules, and regulations. These are the school-based feeding program, medical scholarship and return service program, Pamana program, residential care services to vulnerable groups by accredited social welfare and development agencies, implementation of infrastructure projects of GOCCs, and programs and projects related to senior citizens and persons with disability. This shall ensure that these programs promote our long-term development goals. With the approval of the 2026 GAA, I acknowledge that the 2025 GAA was deemed reenacted and remained in force and effect until January the 4th, 2026. In this regard, the DBM shall consider the expenditures lawfully incurred under the reenacted budget in formulating its fund release for the guidelines of fiscal year 2026. We acknowledge the support of Congress in limiting the unprogrammed appropriations to essential needs. However, I push further and reduce it to the absolute bare minimum. This shall be at the level lowest since 2019. Let me be clear. The unprogrammed appropriations are not blank checks. We will not allow the unprogrammed appropriations to be misused or treated as a backdoor for discretionary spending. Its utilization is provided with safeguards and is only available when clearly defined triggers and tests are met and will be released only after careful validation. My administration will enforce these safeguards without exception to serve the public interest and to advance our national development goals. We will make releases charged from national interest. I vetoed several items of appropriations with their purposes and corresponding special provisions under the UA, totaling almost 92.5 billion pesos. So I direct now all concerned departments and agencies of the national government to exercise prudent fiscal management to ensure uninterrupted quality public service. Sa ating mga kababayan, tama po namin ang inyong agam-agam at pangamba sa nakaraang budget. Kaisa ninyo ako sa pagnanais na masiguro ang bawat pisong buwis ay mapupunta sa tamang proyekto at sa tunay na pangangailangan ng ating taong bayan. Naririnig namin po kayo. Sa national budget ng 2026, malinaw ang direksyon ng inyong pamahalaan. Magiging mas masinop, mas maingat, mas responsable kami sa paggastos ng pondo ng bayan. Ang bawat programa at proyekto ay dadaan sa masusing pagsusuri upang masiguro na ito ay may malinaw na benepisyo sa mamamayan, lalo na sa sektor na mga nahigit na nangangailangan. Magtatrabaho ang administrasyong ito upang mapabuti ang sistema, mapalakas ang pananagutan at matuldukan ang katiwalian. Sa lahat ng adhikain nito, dalangin ko na maging katuwang namin ang bawat mamamayang Pilipino. Ang pagbabantay, ang pagtatanong, ang pag-uulat, at ang pagkikilahok sa mahahalagang bahagi ng isang gumaganang demokrasya. Kasama ninyo kami sa layunin tiyakin na ang budget ng bayan ay para sa bayan.
Alright, yun po, narinig natin ang presidente natin, si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Talking about the national budget 2026, which is amounting to 6.973 trillion po. And towards the end of his speech, in the Tagalog version po, nagsalita siya, nandyan na naman po ang mga promesa po. Sana lang po yung mga promesa niya po, yung mga salita niya. He will keep it po. This 2026 budget is they call it as a people-centered budget. Sabi ni Marcos o ni BBM na they will make sure that itong budget mo, every single cent po will be used properly for the benefit of every Filipinos po. Sana totoo yun po. We have heard him from 2022 until 2025 and again early 2026 po. He has been giving empty promises po. I hope this 2026, the first promises again, no, I think it's not the first. Second na siguro po, because the other day, he promised that more people will be put behind bars this new year, and nothing happened. So now, January 5th, at 10-something in the morning, sa palace, he made promises again po. So let's see whether he will keep his promise. Obviously po, majority, I think 98%, or 97% of the Filipinos do not have confidence on him anymore. In fact, his trust rating po is -3, if you remember, during the Pulse Asia recent survey. So people do not trust him anymore. And yet he keep on giving promises. Today, he mentioned, which we believe, that the bulk of the 2026 national budget goes to the education department. Very good po. That is good because it is through education that the people, the country will be successful, will achieve its goals. Then, other portion of the budget po, a bulk of it goes to the health. Yes, very good po. Because how can you have a good education, well-rounded Filipinos, the youngsters po, our young leaders po, if their health is not good, no? They must be physically and mentally strong po. That's why health is very important. And then of course, in other aspects po. But when we talk about schools or education po, you just imagine the president last year, after since 2022, making a lot of promises that he will be building up classrooms by the thousands, by the millions every year. But last year, we discovered, and it was officially announced, that the president only managed, or his administration, the whole year 2025, only managed to build 22 classrooms. You just imagine, after giving promises, thousands of classrooms will be built every year, only we found out that it was 22. Now, here again is saying that more budget was given to the education department so that we will be able to build more classrooms. When we talk about health, he mentioned about more funds given to the Department of Health. Yes, that is very good po. Remember the controversial issue of the 60 billion pesos that Marcos administration got it from the PhilHealth, and the Supreme Court ordered them to return it back. The problem is po, he waited until the judgment of the Supreme Court po for him to return back because it was unconstitutional to return back the 60 billion. But did he really return back the 60 billion to PhilHealth? Wala po. Because what he did, the administration did, is to include the 60 billion funds to be paid to PhilHealth in the 2026 national budget. Ibig sabihin, in other words, the people were stolen of 60 billion pesos, and now it's the people who will pay back that 60 billion pesos. That's exactly what happened or is happening. Why? Because after you're being robbed, and now you will be paying that amount that you've been robbed. Why do I say that po? Because it is now the money to pay PhilHealth the 60 billion pesos, they will get it in the 2026 national budget. And that national budget po came from the taxpayers, came from the Filipinos po. That is why I'm saying Filipinos were robbed, and now Filipinos will be paying the amount which was robbed to them. So they become a double victim po. So that's it. Whether you like it or not po, that is really happening. And unfunded programs, unfunded funds, nandyan din po. And he promised that they will make sure that the budget will be used properly, and they will monitor every single centavos to make sure that no such thing as corruption po. Politicians, just like what happened in 2026, in 2025 and the previous years, politicians use the money to give out to the public, especially during elections po. And now we were saying, or he is saying, that this will not be allowed. Politicians, all government assistance will not pass through the politicians po. We will see. Remember, by this year and next year po, this will be preparing for the presidential election, which is scheduled on 2028. 2028 po. Most likely, normally it will come by May. Elections will come by May. So in other words, 2026 and 27 is a very critical years for politicians po. This is the time that they will really do something to convince the voters to support the candidacy by early 2028. So let's see po what will happen. Let's see. So this is really what is happening, and I will continue to monitor po. I will continue to monitor what is happening in the Philippines, especially ang mga reactions, opinions from different sectors. Filipino communities not only in the Philippines but also in Malaysia, in Sabah, and other Filipinos abroad, particularly the overseas Filipino workers. In the event, I will be able to get some reactions po via legit media outlets or even social media po. I'll make sure that you will be properly informed. No? So at least we have we Filipinos in Sabah or in Malaysia, we will have a picture of what is really happening in the Philippines. So I think it's Monday. Let's not criticize or give negative comments on the announcement of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos when it regards to 2026 national budget. We will wait until tomorrow po. Kung sakali meron, then I will share these comments, opinions of our fellow countrymen po. Be it in the country, be it in Malaysia, and other Filipinos overseas po. So with this, maraming salamat. And ingat lang tayo po. Ingat lang tayo as we start again a brand new New Year po 2026. Hindi pa huli, I can still say Happy New Year to each and every one of us. And of course, I can still say, based on the information that our priest in the Sacred Heart, Kota Kinabalu Sacred Heart, inform us, mga faithfuls sa Roman Catholic po, 2 Sundays ago, he said that Christmas will only end on January 11. So, again, I would like to say, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Three Kings, and ingat lang tayo po. Ingat lang tayo always. So with this, Nico Fabian would like to say once again, thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Malaysia, Sabah, and Philippines, God bless us all. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye, and I love you all. God bless.